title. It's a good evening of chat, gossip and celebrity guests. Can I have a woo for that, please?
Woo!
They'll have to liven up now. Right. When I came here today, everything was fine, but I got to the studio and thought, oh, goodness me, there was a queue as far as my arm. That's not very long. But I stood at the back and I was there for about 10 minutes and I thought, oh, this is getting ridiculous. So when it got to the front, there was this lady sitting there behind the counter, and she had the pout lips and the white gloves like they do at the airports. And she said, oh, can I see your ID? I said, right. So I showed her the only form of ID that I had, which was my passport. So she looked at the phone and said, fuck you. I said, oh, excuse me. Oh, I'd never been so insulted. Bear in mind it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. There could be kids from school, you know, not that they were interested. But she said, can you say that again? I said, no, 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 to the left, fuck you. She found that funny. She's going to write that one down. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some fantastic guests for you today, and I'd like to welcome my first. He spent over 20 years on BBC Radio. Can we have a woo for that, please? Woo! And he knows Croydon like the back of his hand because he was born and bred here. Please, will you be upstanding for John Henty?
So this is Croydon. Doesn't look anything like Croydon.
No.
Ah.
They've zhuzhed it up for me.
What?
Yes.
What? Ha. No. Good.
Have you done many things like this before?
Have I done many things like this before? No, I haven't actually. It's really impossible to do anything like this before. In Croydon, certainly not, no.
Right.
But
you were born and bred in Croydon?
I was born in Thornton Heath, actually.
Hey!
In Brickstock Road, I'll tell you what, it was in a nursing home, because in those days, in 1936, just in case you're interested, I was born in 1936, and it was in a nursing home in Brickstock Road, which is still there, and I've been in touch with Croydon Council on many occasions, to insist that there should be a plaque on the wall to actually register the fact that I was born there. And I've never got no reply to it. It's sad, isn't it?
It is,
I
yeah.
mean, Croydon Council, I mean, come on.
You know, a big name like you.
Well, exactly. I mean, I was really, I was really upset about that. At least a statue.
Yeah, well, of course. Yeah. You know, something similar to Princess Diana, of course.
Well, exactly, yeah.
You know,
And,
yes.
And Max Miller, now you see Max Miller. There was
Yes.
a statue to Max Miller in Brighton, and I come from Brighton. Anyone know Brighton?
Yes.
Of course you know Brighton. I used to, when I was a kid, you see, we were in South Croydon. And I used to go down East Croydon Station with my mum and dad, because I was an only child, and our holiday was in Eastbourne, right? And we would go on the pier in Eastbourne with all those lovely slot machines, and it was wonderful. And I eventually actually bought one of these slot machines, and it was called a mutoscope, which is a sort of what the butler saw machine.
Mm-hmm.
They're very good indeed. In fact, that was really my early sex education, actually. Things have improved since then,
Yes,
I'm sure.
yes.
They have improved.
But you mentioned Max Miller. You've got a story to tell us about Max Miller.
Well, I was going to show you something, Sean, something that you may not have seen for a very long time. Are
Right.
you ready for this? Excuse
Yes.
me just a minute.
I'm scared now. Oh, no.
It's my tie, actually, just in case you were thinking I was producing something unusual. This is the Max Miller Association, or the Appreciation Society, can you see it? And if you want to know about Max Miller, don't ask me, right, don't ask me. Although I do give talks, and I'm available for women's institutes and townswomen's guilds, very good.
We won't ask you.
No, don't ask me. But the thing is, with Max Miller, he was the cheeky chap. He lived in Brighton, he died in Brighton, he spent his entire life in Brighton, and he also appeared at the Croydon Empire. Now, do you know where the Croydon Empire used to be?
No.
Well, you should do, shouldn't you? The Croydon Empire used to be in the High Street, and it was a lovely, lovely theatre, and that's where I first saw the great Max Miller. He was appearing in Variety there, and I thought he was wonderful because he was cheeky, you see. There are two things in life, Sean, you want to learn about. Charm and cheek, right? That's what life's all about. See, he was cheeky, and then that lady that we might mention later, Mabel Lucy Atwell, she was charmed. See, but he was cheeky, and so we thought we must celebrate Max Miller, so we started an appreciation society, and if you want more information, maxmiller.org, O-R-G, and then it's all there, and you don't need to listen to me for another 5 seconds.
Right.
I'll stop talking.
You were a part of BBC Radio for 20 years, wasn't it?
Was I a part probably the
Of course.
BBC wouldn't
Well,
be
you
where it is.
started.
I did, I practised, I was there.
Yes,
Not in 1924, because that was slightly before.
but I mean in local radio.
In local
Yeah.
radio, indeed. I joke, actually, but I was working for an airline called British European Airways. Anyone remember BEA? No? Oh dear. Very young audience, Sean, I
Yeah.
know.
Yes, the young age of it,
Yeah,
yeah.
you notice that sort of thing when you're my age.
Right.
But anyway, I worked for BEA, and then the BBC in 1967 suddenly said, we're going to have local radio. It was the first time in this country,
Yeah.
and there are going to be stations in Liverpool, Sheffield, Stoke, possibly Manchester, and Brighton. I
Which
thought,
is
that's
where
it.
you were best.
I thought it had to be Brighton.
Yeah.
It had to be Brighton.
Of course.
So I applied for the job with about 4,000 other people. You know why I got the job, Sean? No, I got the job because of a Croydon connection. Oh. Because I worked on the Croydon Advertiser, number 36 the High Street, which is now, I don't know, a restaurant, right? Okay. And Crystal Palace Football Club. Now, for God's sake, there must be some Crystal Palace fans here this afternoon.
I doubt it.
No,
No.
for goodness sake. So where do you get these people from? Well, they were all standing at the bus stop, hoping to go to Selsdon, and suddenly
Yes.
found themselves in here.
Drag them in, yes, yeah.
Hopeless.
No.
But anyway.
But anyway.
Anyway, no, listen. That's what Max Miller used to say. Listen, I'll tell you. Now, I was working at the Croydon Advertiser. The Palace wanted someone to do hospital broadcasting from Mayday Hospital, right? That's still there, isn't it? Queen's Hospital and the Croydon General, okay? So I volunteered because I've got, as you may have noticed, what you might call the gift of the gab, right? I can talk. And when you have to cover a match between Crystal Palace and Accrington Stanley on a wet November evening, and it's 1-0 and you don't know the names of any of the players, you've got the gift of the gab, right? And you also start talking about what coloured socks the referee was wearing, because you run out of things to talk about. So when I went for the audition in Brighton, you see, the bloke was looking for a sports producer, and I got the job. So I was in charge of, and despite the fact that I'm a Crystal Palace supporter, I was then covering Brighton and Hove Albion, and they are actual rivals. They are. There's the Seagulls and the Eagles, you see. So that's how I got the job, and a young man came along while we were looking in the early days of broadcasting in Brighton, and he was working in insurance, and I gave him an audition, and his name was Desmond Lyon. Have you ever heard of him? Well,
Yes.
in fact, they've heard of him.
Short-lived on Countdown, unfortunately.
Oh, well, that's a pity.
Yeah.
That is a shame. I'm disappointed. But anyway, so I got the job in Brighton, BBC, stayed for about 10 years, got a bit fed up, needed a challenge, we all do, went freelance, and I've been freelance now for about 40 years. Because I am very old, as someone has noticed, because they worked out 1936.
Yes.
Good
Take
God,
some
he's
time.
80 years of age. Anyone else 80? No one else 80. Yeah, there's a gentleman over there. Another guest. Whoa, we've got young people on this show tonight. Anyway.
I couldn't really talk to you about football because I know nothing about it.
Oh.
But no, it is that.
Yeah.
But what I do want to talk to you about is the incident that you had with the Beatles
Oh,
in
yes.
the airport.
Oh, yes.
Oh yes.
Right, the Beatles. Right, heard of the Beatles. New movie out at the moment, actually. Very good movie, all about the Beatles. And at that particular time when they were sort of making it, you know, when they went to America, it all went sort of haywire. I got in touch with them just before they went to the States because I was working for BEA, remember the link, British European Airways. Duty press officer one evening, phone rings just as I'm coming home to Thornton Heath, actually to South Croydon, because I
Right.
moved from Thornton Heath to South.
Yes, yeah.
And there was a voice and it said, I wonder if you could look after my boys tomorrow, they're going over to Stockholm. And that was Brian Epstein, okay,
Oh, wow.
the manager of the Beatles. So
Yeah.
I said, well, okay, what time? So he told me what the flight was. Our man at the airport was called Harry Berry. He was in America at the time. So I, the next morning, got out to Heathrow Airport. I went straight through to the departure area, and there were John, Paul, George, Ringo, wandering around buying newspapers, because they weren't that big then, you see. So they were just freely going around buying newspapers. And I thought, well, we need to get a bit of publicity out of this. So what we did was, I said, come on lads, we'll get in a van. So we all got in a van, and we trundled out to the aircraft, which was a Comet aircraft. And there the press were, and if you look at any photographs, black and white photographs in particular of the Beatles, you'll probably see pictures of them leaping about on the tarmac at various airports, but this was at Heathrow. I've still got the photographs today. And the only trouble was that BEA, the airline, didn't get any publicity because they were all jumping up in the air. So I thought, here's a good idea. BEA TLE and we gave them to the Beatles. And if you look at pictures of George Harrison in particular coming off the plane in New York when they went to the States, you'll see him carrying a BEA bag. Everybody says, have you still got one of those bags? No. If I had, it's worth £4,000 to £5,000. I don't have one. Isn't that a shame? Sean, just think of that. So you never throw anything away. Your guests later on are going to be talking about antiques and collectible
Well, I
things.
don't. I keep everything.
Do you?
Yes.
He's a hoarder.
I am, yes.
You're a hoarder. The moment I saw him, I thought, that man is a hoarder.
Oh, well, thank you. That's a compliment.
It's funny enough, your shirt reminds me of the BBC. You know why?
Why is that?
Small checks.
Small. I want to show a picture, actually.
What of?
Well, it's of you, actually. Look, there we go.
Oh, my. Do you think it's realistic?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Look like it,
It is quite good, isn't it? I forgot, I was nearly, but do you know, I nearly wore that scarf today.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, but I took about half an hour to put this on. Because I don't normally wear ties.
No.
I mean, ties are not in anymore, are they? People don't wear ties anymore.
No.
So I thought I would, largely because I wanted to show it to you.
Right. Yes.
The moment I spoke to you on the phone, I knew you would appreciate a tie like that.
Well, yes, it's a rather wonderful
It
time.
is, isn't it?
But talk to us about this photograph. Who painted it? It's for a charity, isn't it?
It is for a charity, yes. I live in a town called Lewes now, which is in East Sussex, which is very nice. You can get there from East Croydon Station. I'm hoping to do that in about half an hour's time. No, seriously, that's if there are any trains, of course. That's if there are any trains.
Really
Otherwise, I may end up in Salisbury. I mean, you can't tell.
Oh.
What was the question, Sean?
This picture, it's for charity. Who created it?
Oh, this woman, yes. Well, it's a lovely lady who sits in a window in Lewes, actually, and paints all the time. She does portraits and things like that, and they are genuinely rather good. I mean, they're a bit sort of cartoonish, but you pay about £100, I think. The most embarrassing thing is that she's done two. That's only one of them. I think she's a bit of probably, what's the word for someone who is a bit. She hangs. She's one of those. She keeps painting pictures.
Right. Yes, she's one of those. Yeah. When you were looking through Surrey Street Market and reminiscing, you'd said you'd known some of the original traders there.
Absolutely right. There used to be a bloke down there called Curd, Mr. Curd. He used to sell bananas, and he'd spend all day long going, "Nanas, nanas, nanas." Can you imagine him sleeping with a bloke like that? In the middle of the night, suddenly, "Nanas." Terrible. And there used to be a bloke in the high street who used to sit outside Alders selling a newspaper, and he was a rather large man, so people had to sort of walk round him. And he was selling newspapers, and all he did all day long was go, "Labour Burr, Beaver Burr, Labour Burr, Beaver Burr." I've no idea what he was talking about, but those were the days when there was the Star newspaper, the Evening News, and the Standard as well, all three London papers. And he used to sell those. Other people down Surrey Street, you've got Mark Hart, the boxer. Anyone ever remember him? Albert Fitch was a boxer. They were all down Surrey Street, and today it's changed a bit now. It's good if you want jerk chicken, though. It's good for jerk chicken down the old Surrey Street. No, two things I would say. One is, in terms of age, gratitude. Be thankful that you've got to the point that you have in life. And the second thing is attitude. Yeah, you know.
Well, that's it. Thank you very much for joining me, John Henty.
Thank you.
Do you plan anything in the future regarding in the industry?
Yeah, I'm going to have a Big Mac and then I'm going to catch trains at 7:30.
You better go watch it. could say they're a bit of a real deal, like whatever they're.
Anything else in here? Little hall chair here, it's quite nice. Oh, I thought it was nice till the next. I think it could do with a minor repair. Look at that. What's so funny?
As you're repairing skills, David.
Not very good.
Not bothered.
Okay.
Bothered.
You know, you two remind me when I used to be in the classroom at school, and I was
you
there
bullied at school,
really,
Mark?
really working very hard,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, over my shoulder would come the guy from behind. What's going on? Oh, oh can't use that. Sorry.
It is David Ford and Mark Stevens. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank
Nice
you
to
for
be here.
Yes, it is so. Thank you for being here in Croydon. What are your relations to Croydon? Do you have any relations to Croydon, or you just thought I'd come down for the sake of it?
Well, we came to see you, really.
Oh!
I mean, it was a lovely sunny day, and we thought, what else could we do today but come and see you?
Yes, or
And all these lovely
be
people,
pressured
of
into
course.
coming down, yes. Let's talk a little bit about the work that you did recently with Mr. Simon Schneider on the Croydon Youth Theatre.
Yes.
So you did that up in London with our resident cameraman, Pavel, who's over there. Give him a wave. There he is.
Hi, Pavel.
So if we can sort of air what you did, we basically got some celebrities and personalities to wish them a happy 50th, and they put it on their website, and this is the clip.
Hello, I'm David Ford.
And I'm Simon Schneider, and we're here today to help Croydon Youth Theatre Organisation celebrate 50 wonderful years as a collective.
Founded in 1965, this amazing charity is now in its 50th year of producing great theatre for young people all over the south of London.
Now, some of you might remember the 50th production, actually. Now, it was written by local playwright Richard Dickinson. It was very quickly picked up by a certain Matthew Wright.
Yes, local lad Matthew not only praised the organisation and the production on the night, he went on to praise it on his chat show the very next day.
Well, you know, David, that got me thinking, and that's always a bit dodgy, isn't it, when I start thinking. But it reminded me of the dealer's den, you know, and sometimes, you know, you almost wish you could eat your own words, especially when you've offered a little bit too much for something, or perhaps the other way, when you haven't offered enough. Invariably, if you get it wrong, you know, you have to wave goodbye to it as it goes to auction.
Yes, it's true. Or in my case, outbidding Simon. Or rather falling into the trap of him dropping out at the last minute, leaving me to hang out to dry, having paid top whack. Anyway, as Simon said, it did get us thinking, how many personalities, other than Mr. Wright, could we get to wish this fabulous charity a happy 50th and show their support?
Well, we were amazed by the number of personalities that have come forward to show their support. And it's no longer a secret. Secret dealers. See, I've got that one in, David?
Yes, Simon. I'm sure you'll all agree that Croydon Youth Theatre really is the real deal. Why not see for yourselves?
Birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Croydon Youth Theatre Organisation. Happy birthday to you.
Good day to you all. Boise here. Now, a little bird tells me that Croydon Youth Theatre are 50 years old.
50. Well, I never. Well done. Being a youth organisation for 50 years, that's quite something.
Well, that's 50 years of producing good live theatre in Croydon.
I know you do wonderful charity work producing
Hi, my name's Everett from the Soundboy Entertainment Tune Never Wanna Say Bye. Just wishing Croydon Youth Theatre a happy 50th birthday. Peace.
Hello to all of you guys. Absolutely delighted to hear that you've reached your 50th birthday collectively. What an amazing achievement. You're a great charity. That's a cause that's very, very dear to my heart, of course, as a children's TV presenter back in the day. And of course, I do a lot of work now as a children's counsellor. And I do a lot of work in acting as well. So all of them together, I think what you're doing is an incredible job. I know you do your workshops and you produce some incredible live theatre as well.
It's 50 years now. Congratulations, guys. 50 years. That is amazing to me, to be honest.
Yeah, this is Christopher Maloney from the X Factor and also Celebrity Big Brother. I just want to wish Croydon Youth Theatre a very, very happy 50th birthday and producing some great, great theatre for young people.
From me, just wishing every single one of you that's involved a really terrific 50th year. You deserve the biggest celebration going. So lots of fizz, only for those that are over 18, of course. Lots of parties, and I do thank you for all of the work that you do for young people and for theatre. I couldn't advocate it more myself.
Young people in Croydon are very lucky to have had you all these years.
Well, if we're going to encourage young people to carry forward this tradition of live performance, we have to back them up.
Please note, if you see this message, please give as much as you can.
And yeah, why not like their Facebook page? Croydon Youth Theatre Organisation, or CYTO.
Organisations like this need your help and support. So why not visit
www.cyto.org.uk.
So enjoy your celebrations, sending lots and lots of love, and I hope you have another fantastic 50 years as well.
Happy birthday, Croydon Youth Theatre. Here's to ya. Mine's a large one. Cheers.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to these wonderful messages.
And a huge thank you to everybody who's shown their support for what can only be described as an amazing charity.
Now, like all charities, and this is no exception, it needs your support, and more than most.
It needs your support so it can continue to help young people. It needs your support so it can continue to produce wonderful live theatre. Most importantly of all, it needs your support for the next generation.
Croydon Youth Theatre strives to produce quality live theatre, and we hope it always will. Croydon Youth Theatre Organisation, here's to you and another 50.
I think we all need a round of applause for Mr. David Ford here. Come down. He came down with Simon, who unfortunately isn't here today, but he came down and said, I'll be willing to do it. So we're very grateful for that, and the personalities there, you know, in particular Anna Williamson did something that was amazing. She rambled on a bit, but she was amazing at what she did. And all the other celebrities, John Chance, Christopher Biggins, Solomon Tower Justifi, all of them were fantastic. And a huge round of applause, please, for Pavel, who actually filmed that. It's actually on the Croydon Youth Theatre's website, and it can be downloaded on YouTube, so you can see that. But yeah, it helped them celebrate 50 years. I was there for 10 years, as most of you know. It's just a wonderful institution. It's an amazing charity, which is in Croydon. Well, it's actually in South Norwood, but it's, you know, it's in the heart of the city. But how was really, you went in head first with that and didn't really know a lot about the organisation.
Hadn't heard of it, truthfully,
No.
but it is, I've learned subsequently what a fantastic organisation it is, and let's hope it does go on for 50 years. Amateur actors have gone on to make professional careers.
Oh God, yes. I was in the midst of the wonderful Matthew Wright when he was at the 50th. Which unfortunately you couldn't attend. Yes, so that was after I'd left, but I came back and he was there, and it was amazing. So a lot of them have come from that and are now starring relatively in lots of programmes.
Isn't that great?
It is, yeah.
It's a tremendous compliment to Croydon Youth Theatre.
It is, you know, for 50 years, and it's a cliche, you say it's like, it was my home, it wasn't like it. It was my second family for 10 years, and it built my craft. And that's how I learned to sing and act and all this sort of stuff. So I performed 10 years on there, and of that, I managed to get 3 members to star in this. If you can see the next picture. There we go, right. There is the young actress, Rebecca Klescott. She played the princess. You'll recognise her from being in her suit. So yes, if we go to the next one, you'll see there's a young, fresh-faced me with a new hairstyle. And there is Caius Harvey. They are on this DVD, yes, which you can look at. That's your pretty face at the end. That will be produced. Yes, that will be produced at the end of the year. You will receive a copy, and also copies to send on to people. Yes, he's there. Yes, give it a plug. And they'll also be broadcast on YouTube later in the year as well. We actually have a clip, not with David, unfortunately, but with myself and the other young actors. If we can show that clip. No one will know anything.
You say he's gone on a walk or something?
Yeah.
That's a
cool.
good excuse.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Yes. All day.
Got all the leaves. They're in his bag.
Oh.
Oh, no, no, no. What do you mean? They have to be green.
They're not probably the right size for Jeff, is it?
They need to be the size of your palm.
Yes.
What colour? Green. All right. Okay.
He's a growing cat, but off you go.
Okay, bye.
Hi, Caius. How are you, mate? Nice to see you. Yeah.
Yeah, nice to see you too.
In it just.
Where's Jeff the cab?
Yeah, very long walk.
Okay, do you know when he'll be back?
He isn't here at the moment. Please leave a message after the
Oh, he is.
Oh, there he is.
He's here, but he's having a nap. You don't want to see Jeff.
Yes, I
No, no, no.
Oh, okay.
Suit yourself.
Hello, Jeff. Why isn't he moving?
He's sleeping.
Yeah. He's having a very long sleep.
A deep, deep sleep.
He's not sleeping, isn't he? He's not, is he?
I got the leaves.
Really?
Don't need them anymore.
Might be a bit late for that.
Jeff's dead. Oh, what did you do? I didn't do anything.
I think we need to do something special for Jeff. And something to cheer up Kai. Ice cream! Let's all get ice cream. Come on, let's get ice cream. We set it up as a fly-on-the-wall sort of children's programme where we went into the lives of 3 friends who lived together with a fictional character who's a princess and another character who's not in that clip, who sorts problems out. And we made 4 episodes in the space of 1 day away from David. And then David plays the wise one, which he narrates, which you actually thought was a very good piece to do.
I enjoyed doing the
Yes.
narration. It'll be interesting to see how it
Yes,
turns out.
yes. But I mean, you were you described him as quite a stuck-up person.
Well, I can do that easily.
Yes. Well, yes.
It's not necessary to laugh. I'm not really that stuck up.
But we produced 4 episodes and they were together, and then we produced at the end of the year, and we shot it in JJ locations, excuse me, in Croydon, in London, Shoreditch, and it was shot throughout the whole day, and we managed to produce it in 10-minute episodes, including your narration, which will be at the end of this year.
Looking forward to hearing.
Yes, very good.
Buy copies.
Yes. Now we're on to the main part, because poor Mark Stevens is sitting here thinking, what am I doing here?
I thought it was the life of David Ford.
Young Mark. Young Mark.
Young Mark, yes. We are here to primarily talk about the secret dealers and Dickinson's real deal. How long have you've been on from the start for Dickinson's, haven't you?
I think I did the second show. I think it was. So it's 10 years.
10 years, goodness me.
Amazing how that's gone. We've actually now produced 1,000 shows,
Wow.
Dickinson's Real Deal, and it's been sold all over the world. I think it's
It has 35 countries.
even more, I think, but,
Yeah.
but certainly 35 English-speaking countries.
Yes. But yourself, Mark, you've been on there from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You started on the secret dealers first, didn't you?
Yeah, I was in America at the time, and I was doing a big show in America.
Yeah.
And I had a phone call from somebody I had never heard of called Barry, and telling me, would I like to do a TV show in England called Secret Dealer?
And for the one person in the audience who's thinking, what is this programme? Just explain the concept of secret dealers.
Well, the concept is that you, as a homeowner, invite us into your house. There's 3 dealers that come into your house. We turn up at your house announced, but we don't know what's in there. It's been looked at before by the film crew, so they know what to expect. We don't. We're then placed in your house. We have 1 hour, and within that 1 hour, we have to basically rummage through your house and place bids on bidding cards as to what we would like to buy and how much we would like to pay for the item. So the hour finishes, the homeowner comes back, and then the fun and games start.
The bidding wars.
The bidding wars, yeah. They select the main items that are to be filmed. Once those items are selected, then the 3 dealers come together and we reveal our bids.
Yes.
So, for example, if it's myself, say I've got £100, David might be the same price, or more or less, and if it's Simon, again, that's a situation. It could be the same, more or less.
Yes, yeah.
But then we go into a bidding war. So an auction technically takes place within the homeowner's house.
Yeah.
So we're there, we're standing up there. Okay, I might say, for example, Simon's bid £80, and we're both 100. Simon will probably speak first because he's the lowest amount of money. He will offer, well, I would like to pay £110.
Yes.
Yeah, he would.
And so, exactly. Simon was quite known for that, actually.
Yes.
He would come in and give us
I mean, £900 was the best bid.
It was always
and
the
he's
best.
come in at 110, and that's blown me out of the water.
Yes.
So then you come in, don't you?
Well, then I start to play. We like a bit of fun, so we bid it up, and that 100, well, we've seen it go into the thousands, and it can happen. Remember, whatever we're bidding on has a value, and as dealers, we know what that piece is worth.
Yes.
And this is our money.
And it's all your own knowledge as well.
That's a little nerve-wracking for someone like me who's not too bright.
I think it's a very good point that Sean said. What a lot of people ask me when people stop me and have a chat, they say, well, it's surely staged. It's surely not your own money. It's, the television company. Totally not true. Everything you see on that show is as it is.
Yes.
It's our money. We are told nothing. It's our knowledge. It's us. And it's so condensed into that 1 hour.
Yeah,
and if you haven't got knowledge and you're playing at the game, should we say, you're going to get caught out.
I would have to say all of us love doing this show.
Oh gosh,
I mean, we really do enjoy it. It's great fun. Bit of pressure, bit of stress, but that doesn't harm you, and we love it, don't we?
We do, yeah, it's great. We make some wonderful people. Some
What are
great
we on?
ones.
Series number 7?
I think it's 7, yeah.
Are we on Series 7 or Series 5? They've just aired Series 5 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So,
Yes.
that
We're
was
Series
right.
5.
So
God, it's
we're
gone
waiting
so
for
quick.
Series 7.
Yes. Do we want to see it come back next year?
Yay!
And you've been nominated many, many times for many awards. Can we have a round of applause for that? Yes. It's a very stiff competition, may I say. But there's lots of awards that they've been nominated for, but we do want to see it come back next year. But if you could envisage that coming back next year, how would you see the format, Mark? Because you had an idea.
Well, yeah, I mean, the main change that I would like to see is that when we have 3 dealers bid for a particular item, the dealer with the lowest bid should automatically be ruled out. because for me, I feel then the two dealers with the highest bid must know what that is and have better knowledge on it,
Yes,
and they're prepared to go more money, bid more money for it. So I think that one of the dealers should automatically step out. You know, the lowest bidder should come
Which is
away
how it
from the
originally was,
situation.
David.
I think we all agree with this because sometimes a dealer who is outside his comfort zone has bid for something, has not bid very much, and really should drop out rather than ride on the other.
So you don't go into a house completely unknown, oh, I'm with Art Deco now, I haven't a clue. So they do select them with you in mind.
Yeah, they try and put the right dealers with the right houses, but it doesn't always work out.
I mean, you picked on a point that you're all, even though you're dealers, you're all personalities that everybody connects to, and especially with Dickinson's. Everybody said, well, they all have their preferred person they like to watch. And they're known for either bidding a lot of money, or as David intervened, he says, get the money out, don't close the purse, girl. So it's that sort of thing, and then you often find, no, the purse is closed.
The premise of the show is the real deals.
Yes.
So everybody is on the side of the seller.
Right.
David Dickinson is. The only person that isn't on the side of the seller perhaps is the dealer who wants to try and buy it and make a profit.
Yes.
But he's always pushed as far as he can to give the seller the best price they can possibly get.
Job, I guess.
That's the program.
Of course, yeah. But and then obviously if they decide to take the offer, then that's fine. If not, they can take it at auction. But I think that show, 10 years, I think that show has done remarkably well. Dickinson's Real Deal, ladies and gentlemen, is the most watched program on ITV daytime. It's the figures actually show that they're the most watched program. And even after airing Series 5 this year, as you say, Mark, it's still got an amazing reception.
I mean, wherever I go, if I'm working abroad, doing a show somewhere, or I'm on holiday, people come up and they want to know about when's it coming on again,
It must be
want
so
to see it. They love it. I mean,
Yeah.
we've built something up, and I think it's got such a great format.
It has.
As you rightly said, Sean, it appeals to a very wide age group.
Yes.
And I think that's very important.
But I mean, why do you think that, you know, in general, I guess with Dickinson's more than anything, why do you think it's lasted 10 years? You know, what makes it so different to anything else? I think when it first started, I don't think there was much of it out there on TV, but how has it lasted 10 years?
Oh, I think it's due to the terrific personalities of the dealers.
And then they snapped you up for another program and said, well, we love you. It's making everyday people like you, who are one of us essentially, who are quite humble and say, well, actually, I'm doing my job, but it's on TV, and I'm getting recognised here, there, and it's just the most humbling experience.
Yeah, absolutely right, Sean. That sums it up brilliantly, I think.
Yeah. Because there is you're just ordinary dealers who happen to do your job on TV.
Yeah, we're doing the job we love.
Yes.
We're a group of privileged people.
Yes.
You know, we've all started in life from the bottom. Nobody's given us anything. We've worked for 35 years. I've been in the business. David, I think you've been in longer than me, haven't you?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Oh, great.
But, we thought, well, we've got one dealer here and two dealers, but there is somebody missing. Yes, she's come to keep these boys in check, and she's not far wrong. We were rambling on about the secret dealers there and Dickinson's Real Deal. How long have you been on Dickinson's?
Thanks, David.
So from the start?
10 years, yeah. I'm one of the originals.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm the only female original left.
And for the secret dealers?
Secret dealers again.
Right from the start.
Yeah, we're all right from the start there, yeah.
And so we were talking about the facts that the secret dealers should return next year, Karen. You're also positive in that you would like it to appear, and the audience have said they would love it to come back. How do you envisage, like Mark said, he would rather the format change, how do you see it returning?
Well, I think it's a pretty good format. I mean, it's one that's evolved over 6 or 7 series.
Yes.
First of all, we didn't like the bidding against each other.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit of a Dutch auction. In our normal working life, it's not what we do. We always go in with our best prices.
Yes, yeah.
And this sort of climbing of bids is not something that we sit comfortably with. but it's what the viewers want to see, and so that's what we've gone along with. So that's been the big change, I think, throughout the series, the amount that we're doing the haggling between the three of us. And it's serious haggling. There's no love lost at that moment.
Yeah.
You know, we're probably mates in our trade, but the minute you get us in front of a television screen and there's an item in front of us, it's guns, guns at the door.
I mean, actually all shows evolve a bit.
Yes.
I mean, not just this one, all of them do.
But I mean, you two were on the award ceremony last week, weren't you? For the
Yeah,
you were nominated for an award. Round of applause. Sadly, you were beaten, but
only just.
Because they kept flexing their muscles, all the other people that won. I think they're a bit younger than us.
Yes, but I mean, you were at a disadvantage due to the fact that the Series 5 was aired again and you didn't get a new series out there. But to still be nominated after being aired a repeated series, I think is amazing. But like these two, I think you would agree that next year you would love the series to return.
Oh, we look forward to it.
Absolutely.
Very much so.
I mean, is it? It must be a very long period for you because you're constantly waiting for the phone to ring to say, actually, I need to take off this period, because they don't come to you and say, well, we're filming one series at this time. They can come to you any time and say, well, are you free this date? Come to this house.
And then we have to fully commit, don't we?
Yeah.
Bearing in mind that all of us have quite serious day jobs. You know, we are professional working dealers. So that takes a lot of time too. So when you get the call, you then have to work out your schedule so that you can also fit in doing, well, many weeks filming for CPD.
And you know, you said you started by doing the markets at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
What am I doing then? I'm still doing the markets at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I'm going to say Karen's one of the hardest workers. I mean, she does all the markets.
Am I not getting it right here? Sorry, David.
Karen is probably the hardest working dealer I know.
Oh gosh, yeah, but you do give these two a run for their money, and
absolutely.
yes, honestly, you keep them in shape, and with your resident Alison Chapman, you two together, you have so much fun. I can, and you know, you're personal friends with Alison, and it just the connection you have between each other. You walk in and you think, actually, we're going to take these boys down, and we're actually and we're going to make a program, and it's all about the girls.
This lady and Alison have ganged up on me many a time in house.
It's all about game plan.
Absolutely.
And you. Do you all go in there with a strategy or a game plan, knowing what you want to do?
Yeah, we all go in with exactly the same strategy. We are not going to pay too much for anything.
That's
We
right.
are going to stop,
Doesn't happen.
and you put us all three of us standing there, and that attitude, we've got to have it. It takes over.
The wand comes over us, and we all change.
I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens.
It's very different.
But talk to us, Mark, about John and the war medals, because if they don't know, just explain what happened with that.
Well, we were doing a Dickinson's Real Deal, and we had a guy come in, a very nice elderly gentleman, with some metal detecting finds. He had found them, obviously with his metal detector, and he was showing them to the experts. And there wasn't really anything there that they wanted. But then he said, well, I've got a group of medals. They're my own personal medals. So at this stage, he's shown them to the valuers, and they were quite specialised. And unless you know medals, you wouldn't have thought they were really worth a lot of money. So one of the valuation teams just come across to me and said, look, Mark, we know you understand medals. We've got a guy from the SAS, and he's got a group of medals. That was it. I said, right, get him on the show. Whatever, we must have him on. So he came on the table and he produced a group of medals. There's John on the left-hand side, and David and myself, and that was at the auction in London that we eventually ended up going to. It was a very long filming part to get to this. I mean, we had to film for quite a while. The medals got placed down in front of me after a long time, I mean 2.5, 3 hours. I eventually offered him £10,000 for four, I think it was 4 or 5 medals, which he was blown away. John didn't know what they were worth. He thought they were worth very little money. But David, as David here, wanted them to go to auction. So I put a plan together, and I said to the crew and to everybody else, what we're going to do, I'm going to offer John £10,000. I'm going to give him a cheque now for £10,000. We're going to go to auction. If the auction fails and the medals don't sell, you keep the cheque. You can have £10,000. I'll keep the medals. but if they sell for more than 10,000, we'll split the profit 50-50. So we went to the auction, we had a fantastic day. John, who is a legend, and the stories he tells on what this man done for his country is unbelievable.
And you've still kept in contact?
I keep in contact with him constantly, and the medals sold. They sold in the end with buyer's premium for about £17,500. It was the most expensive thing that's ever been sold on the show. By the time the commissions were taken off, I think I gave John another approximately £2,500. So he got £12,500 for each group of medals that he thought were worth nothing at all. And I had a little profit myself. And it was a fabulous deal, but it wasn't about the money, it was about the medals and the person.
Yes.
Because, you know, it's not often that you get to meet somebody from the Special Forces that has done what he has done for his country. And it was a privilege and an honour, and it was lovely to be part of that deal and for it to be filmed for ITV. It was a great day.
You come across on the show as somebody who wears his heart on his sleeve, and it's not always about, and with all of you, it's not always about the money and the profit at the end. It's about getting the best price for the person who's sitting in front of you. And for someone like him, all that was in your mind is, I want to get this person the best price.
Yeah, I mean, things like this are quite close to my heart.
Yes.
I mean, the armed forces, I love military medals. This guy, what he had done, I had to get him what I thought was the best price. He thought they were literally worth nothing. And I just wanted to get him the right money for him, and it was achieved, and he was delighted. And it made a very, very good TV programme, which I was very glad to be involved in.
Really. That's why you do it.
Great story, isn't it?
We've noticed between all of you, especially on the secret dealers, when you go in there, you often, for instance, one person could bid 100, another could bid 20, and another could bid over 150. And then all of a sudden, somebody like yourself, David, would go, okay, well, I'm going to bid 270 now, from £20. And it throws everybody. It's strategy, and I think that's what makes the programme really, but
it's jumping on the back of someone else's
It is.
Can be.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Can be.
No, I mean,
We're all guilty of it. We're all guilty of it.
Well, I mean, you more than some, Mr. Mark Dickinson, I have to say. So what we thought we would do is we thought, because we've got a little clip coming up with you, and we thought that we would get our own back on you and show this very funny outtake on you from The Secret Dealers, which was last series, Series 5. If we can see that clip.
Well, can I get in there and have a look?
No, you can't. Go to your own bedroom. What kind of girl do you
Bye-bye.
We're in the wrong one.
You're in the wrong one.
Don't be sick.
Alison, if you're watching, you have got the most funniest laugh I think I've ever come across. It's just amazing. I love it. And I watched that 10 times over, and every time I watch it, it just makes me laugh. But what actually happened there? So you went into a room which you realised wasn't the room you were supposed to be in.
No. I mean, when we first go into the house, because we can't all film in one place for the simple reason you're going to overtalk everybody, aren't you? You know, so we have to go in separate rooms. So, say for example, Alison would go to the room upstairs. I would be allocated the room downstairs, and Karen would be allocated the kitchen. Just as an example.
No, she doesn't have to.
No, I know.
So we do go. We all have a chance to go in that room, but we all stay in our own rooms to start with.
Yes.
Well, I was told to go to this room. I got totally in the wrong room.
Yes.
And of course, Alison was in there, and it was just and everything was. We were kind of all hyped up to get on with the show, and I got it totally wrong. Absolutely, from the moment I got there, I was going in the wrong rooms, I was saying the wrong things, and just one of those days.
Thank heavens for edit.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. But it's fair to say that all three of you now, whether you like it or not, I'm sure you do, all three of you are part of TV now. And we thought, well, we could get you doing some antique nonsense, you know, but that's...
Nonsense.
Yes, I mean, we could do that and sort of get you to, you know, know.
He's right.
Yes, I am. I'm always right. But you know too much about
my wife.
but you know too much about the antique world, so we thought, well, as you're a part of TV, we will play a little quiz with all three of you where you have to guess the television things that's going to come up on the screen. And we thought, as ladies come first, Karen, we'll get you going first. So
I want
Karen,
some backup here.
please stand here. They'll come thick and fast. 10 for you, Karen. And if you know them, shout them out. And no helping from the audience. She's got to get.
Does it say on there?
It won't say.
Oh.
I don't think I know.
No, you're not allowed any help.
No.
Oh, not a clue.
It's
Sorry.
a Great British Bake Off.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be funny. I'm never in the kitchen.
Sorry, yes.
Oh, that's it.
Strictly.
It's a bit strictly. You see yourself ever going on Strictly Mark?
Depends how much they offer.
Hey! Very good. You could say.
I've no idea what it is.
Well, you could say you don't quite know what it is.
Oh, I know what it is!
Go, men behaving bad.
I know what this is.
I'm sure you do.
Oh, I know it so well.
Jeremy Paxson would be very pleased.
Can I give her a clue?
Yes.
Oxford. My son's just left it.
University Challenge?
There's more?
There is.
Oh, I know this.
You should do.
It comes after Neighbours. Emmerdale.
Well, it didn't come after Neighbours, but it was on our channel.
Is it? Oh.
No.
Is it Emmerdale?
Tell me what it is, please.
No, it's the other one.
It's the other one that
Country.
died out. That is no longer on Channel 4. What's that?
It's not Emmerdale?
No. But if you wanted to go there, you'd be living on a close. You'd be wanting to live on a close if you were there.
It's not Crossroads, is it?
Brookside,
Do you remember that? Remember Crossroads?
I know it. I know what it is.
What?
I can say my children wouldn't.
What?
Brookside.
Brookside! Oh, we all knew that, didn't we?
Ah, now these are in your field, because they like to bid money as well. Do they invest in business?
Oh, we're going into the den.
Now this was a good show in its prime. If people wanted their houses made over. And if you were to get yourself changed, you'll have to...
House in the country.
If you got yourself changed, you're going to...
Oh, development programme about houses.
Yes. But where would you go if you wanted to go? Changing rooms.
That's it.
Right.
But that's what it is.
Oh, I know this one.
Yes.
Can we give another clue?
You
It's a
can.
detective.
We're going along in a car and all of a sudden we've had an accident and we're going to be rushed to...
Oh, is it emergency?
No, we're going to be rushed to...
it's not
Hospital. I don't watch this one either.
Oh, God. What can I do?
Casualty.
With the cuffs. Oh, I know this.
I'm sure you do.
This is a quiz program.
You might find yourself as a guest.
This is a quiz program.
I know this.
You're reading the news.
What is it?
Oh! No, not the novel.
Not the 9 o'clock news.
Have I got news
News for you.
Oh.
I knew it was near that.
It's very similar. Well done.
Ah, my favourite show. I love this.
Oh.
And you did mention Loose Women.
Boring.
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's that... Not the good life. What's that woman? Birds of a feather. Oh!
Hey!
Another one.
Now this show is...
I need help.
I'll give you a clue. This is an art programme presented by
An art programme by somebody on...
Not wrong, is it?
Just a minute. I think I've just had one. Heart attack. Is that right?
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening.
It's not question time or something like that, is it?
That's too Gigi to be question time. But I mean, you might find yourself as a guest in there, my lady.
It's someone's chat show then.
I think that's a pass.
That's QI with Stephen Fry.
Oh,
Now
I love
it's
Stephen
fantastic.
Fry too.
Yes.
How come I don't get that one?
Secret dealer!
Very good.
There's more?
There is.
And
Yes.
you've got to do the
What a one-day thing, too. How dramatic it is. You've got to do the walking one.
David, give the audience your look. Go on.
It's never serious.
Mark, John. Yes. Please, John, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, Mark Stevens is still with us. Yeah. So, thank you very much for coming down, John. This was quite short notice for you, but you came down. I thought I'd love to come for the experience. So you perform in and around Croydon?
Currently, yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I've played all over the globe, really.
Oh gosh, tell us.
Switzerland, Turkey, Greece, Italy, Spain,
Goodness.
France, Malta, Sweden, Norway,
And here you
Italy,
are on my show.
and here I am in Croydon.
Yes.
And I think it's really a great city, actually, to quite like it here. Yes.
Yes, it is nice.
Very nice people.
And I sort of picked you up from when you were performing in Drown Croydon, and you know you always do a wonderful set. What is your? Do you always stick to the same sort of Motown feel style? That you do?
Oh no. I have a wide repertoire of music, really.
Yes.
From Elvis to the Beatles, for
Oh,
example.
okay.
But having grown up here in London,
Yes.
so I was exposed to it all, like the soul, James Brown, you know, Pink Floyd, all these people.
Real music, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you know.
But I mean, you were happily warming our audience up today. What were the 2 songs you performed on?
Oh, the first song was from Stopping You by Lionel Richie.
Right.
And the second song was Harry Belafonte, I think, was Jamaican Farewell.
Yeah.
And one now, the first one was one of Hendrix songs, Wind Cries Mary. And then the last song was my favorite, Elvis, Falling in Love.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, so you tend to do songs that people would recognise.
Yes, indeed, yes.
Stuff. So you've not thought about writing your own material?
I do,
Yeah,
yeah, I do.
write
Yeah.
your
Oh
own
yeah,
material?
of course, yes.
Oh, please feel free to give us a test. Would love to hear your own music.
I think he needs a rest, but I think he's one to You walked right into that one, didn't you?
Yes.
Oh God, you caught me there. You caught me there, man. Okay. Actually, this song is on YouTube, in fact. So if you want to.
Here comes the plug.
Sorry?
Here comes your plug.
What's it called? It's on YouTube, copyright.
Okay.
Little passerby staring at Maple Street. Oh yeah. Checking out to see why I'm wondering what's good on me. It's no more than fashion. I'm on a road. I'm on passion. I'm on a road. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna do it my way. All I want is to be left alone, get away with life. You can say what you want, but let me be myself. I'm money fashion. I'm money road. I'm money fashion. I'm money road. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna do it my way. It's even hard to find a friend, someone can rely on, someone to call when you need a helping hand. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's saxo there. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna do it my way.
Sorry, we're slightly out of tune, but never mind.
No, it's fine. Please thank John, ladies and gentlemen. Huge thank you to all my guests. Mr. Mark Stevens, ladies and gentlemen.